Yo, what up? Thank you, my good guys. Yeah. Yeah!
Ain't much drink?
I'm feeling a drink right now. Yo, Jenny gave me $50.
Who?
Jenny.
What's up? I love
Yeah, that's wild. And I keep forgetting my homie's daughter's birthday is on the same day with me too. I wonder how old she is now. She gotta be like 16, maybe. Yeah, well, Piggy. Your boy is 41. Wow, yo. 41 years old. That shit crazy. I feel blessed and honored to make it to 41 though. Like, I'm from a generation where I knew niggas who died when they was 18, 19, 21 years old. Motherfucking getting shot up, stabbed up. No motherfuckers been in jail for the last goddamn 25 years for murder. Like, I'm from a crazy ass generation, yo. Like, all that 90s gangster rap, I know niggas who really live that shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers rap about drugs and shit now. Man, y'all selling pills and fucking lean and shit, nigga. We was on the block all day with rocks in your socks and all that kind of shit. That shit is real. Like, it was a whole different era. Like, motherfuckers really got, I don't know, motherfuckers got lucky, yo. If you made it out the fucking late 80s and early 90s, and you still around, you lucky, nigga. You did or whatever it took, you did all the right shit. Black don't crack, baby. That's why I need to start putting more water in my diet. And then my coworker just brought me a whole bag of sugar, like nothing but candies. Like, I really got to stop eating as much sugar. And my water intake is pretty good, but up my water intake and up my vegetables and shit, yo. I'm trying to preserve this fucking body for another 41 years. I got an art show tomorrow, man. I might not even go to that shit, yo. I really, really, really think about not going. I came into town, I needed gas. I was almost on E, yo. The first gas station right off as soon as you get into town, $4.95 a gallon. I was like, what the fuck? $4.95 a gallon. So I drove past that one, went to the one close by the house. That shit was $4.89. I'm like, yo, this shit is fucking stupid.
Every time you say, oh, let's wait, no, then that should just go up more.
And that's the thing, like, for an art event tomorrow, yo, and the main reason they're talking about, oh, COVID is back on the uptick. We're going to ask everyone to wear masks mandatory. And it's like, I'm not going to drive. So my commute is about 30 miles, about 27 miles. I say 30 miles one way. So every day I'm driving at least 60 miles a day. And then to do that shit twice in one day, that's 120 fucking miles I gotta drive in one day, like, just for an art show. I'm not trying to burn all that fucking gas, for one, and waste my Friday evening, for two. I mean, but there's other art shit going on, so I could just pop by my show and then, like, kind of schmooze around the city and see what other places is going on, but I don't know if I even want to, like, just make the extra drive. Like, gas prices really got me questioning leaving the house if it's not absolutely mandatory. Like, if I don't have to do it, I probably just won't do shit for the next couple weeks because the gas price is gonna be crazy. Like I said, I drive 60 miles a day. You know what I'm saying?
Where you at, Piggy? Paying $5.35.
Hmm. You a year than me, not kick them old Joe. You still older than me, nigga. No matter how old I get, you still older than me.
North Carolina. I'm surprised. You must be in the fucking busiest city because we rode through North Carolina. It wasn't that bad.
See me virtually? I'm not trying to do that shit. I mean, I know that they will have a live stream for it. We just started this fucking art group, like a collaborative group. I don't really, the dude named Kyle, I think he's the one who really started, and somehow they just figured it out, be a good fit. And so it's only 10 of us right now, so I guess like, not saying we're the best artists around, but I don't know what was the requirements for whoever he chose to be a part of this fucking art collective, but they chose me to be in it, so
this will be their first show as the collective.
yeah. So we've only had 2 meetings, and that's saying a lot. To say that 10 people got together and had 2 meetings, and then now we already have a first Friday show at a pretty nice spot with just our art in it. And so I think that's pretty cool.
This is the first one.
I don't know like how it's gonna like expand or grow or morph in the future, but so far it's just like I said, we fucking did a pretty cool thing, you know what I'm saying? We had 2 meetings and already put a show together. And that's cause like all of us already got art though. Hi guys, it's just waiting for Danny, Joe, Kim. I'm at Collins Park, Superman, birthday, Danny, I should be there about 5:15. I don't know. Yeah, I got hella money for my birthday too, yo. I just put on Facebook like everybody send me $1. And a lot of people sent me $1, but people sent me like $5, $10, $20. One of my homies sent me fucking $50. She talking about, just got a PayPal notification just now, like woo woo woo. Who sent me something in PayPal? It looks good on it, right?
Thanks, Piggy. I love how Princess is just my name now. I've just adopted that.
I just got $41 from, I don't know this person.
I feel like that was Piggy. Piggy, was that you? Or was that you, Puff? Somebody in here. It gotta be.
No, Medic? Yo.
Buy stocks.
I need to buy gas, nigga. Yo,
buy stock
Medic?
in gas. Ooh. Matter what? Did Jenny Venmo you?
Yeah, I told you she gave me $50. I said that twice.
I thought you said Jimmy.
Jenny sent me $50.
Are you serious? You gotta give her like a thank you card or something. She's so sweet. Literally was like, I want to get y'all a gift for his birthday.
Yo, I didn't know that his name was Ronald. Yo, dude, I used to play fucking games with, Medic. This motherfucker sent me $41, $1 for every year, you old fuck.
That's what's up. Rack it up.
Yo.
Old ass.
That's what's up, yo.
Getting older ain't that bad, huh? Motherfuckers got money now. No, I just thought that was y'all because y'all was talking about being old. He just said who it was now. I already know y'all support. Piggy be buying socks. Puff done got us right on our anniversary. I already know y'all support all the time.
That's like $170 I got.
That's right. Don't spend it all in one place. The gas station.
That's pretty dope. And I'm supposed to be on the podcast. I thought, man, the last time I was on this podcast with the homies, it was on the Friday. And we were talking about, we're just going over what we're going to talk about. And it was like, oh, what day is good for you? Whatever day you want to do it. So it might not be on a Friday. But I don't have any real plans for the evenings next week, I don't think. But we'll see. We're gonna do a conspiracy podcast, you know.
Next Friday you do, don't you? Or is it the Friday after? It's the 17th.
Oh no, it was. I really was planning it for next Friday.
No, I'm talking about the thing in Harrisburg. That's on the 17th.
That's the 17th.
Okay, yeah.
So I was planning on having an art show this Friday, doing a podcast next Friday, and then the following Friday after that is Juneteenth weekend. So I got 2 events to go to that weekend. But since my man Mark might do the podcast any day during the week, I might have next Friday open. We'll see. So I don't know. And then somebody else wanted me to do like another little summer program, but I told him if I got time, you know, I need more time in the studio. I'm getting kind of burnt out on doing a lot of shit, especially I just took a fucking long ass trip. I gotta focus. Focus, nigga, focus. Motherfucker, once you run around and do all kind of shit for them and you don't get shit accomplished for your damn self. You gotta focus. Stay focused. So, I didn't, for whoever didn't see this, so I started this a couple days ago. Started on Monday, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Monday or Tuesday, one of the days when I got back home. And so this is a commission for one of my homies from my hometown. And so I got pretty far, yo, and one day I got the whole underpainting done. That's only an 18 by 24, so it's not that big, but at least I did get the entire underpainting done. So I'll let this dry for a couple days, come back to it, and start detailing it up. I asked her if she had a specific color for the background, and she said no. So since she's wearing blue, I just contrasted with a lighter blue.
That's fine. So
it's looking good. And I showed her this right here, and she was like all for it, yo.
The blue with the blue makes it hot.
So got that going. The few people, there was only like 3 people at the spot when I dropped off my art. But I don't think, I'm trying to see. I actually interviewed one of the girls before, but I don't think they've ever seen my art in person. And I'm like the only person in there with like realism, I guess. And so they were kind of like ogling my shit, like, oh shit, I didn't know it looks that good in person. Is it not like? I hate feeling like that, but that's how it is, though.
Do you hate feeling like that?
Not really.
Okay.
But yeah, they see that shit in person, they be like, oh shit.
Motherfucker love that shit.
Oh, you're trying to get us to drink. I ain't trying to get y'all to drink. I'm trying to show y'all what I drink and what I like to watch.
What he used to drink.
That right there, talent.
You don't want nothing. I brought you this. I brought you that. You don't want this?
No. So this is us right here. So I'm like one of like basically one of the only realist or portrait artists or whatever. Like everybody abstract, 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 surrealism, realism, abstract. I don't know what that is, and that's like fashion. What a doozy. So yeah, like everybody else got mostly like abstract art, which is cool, but oh no, the Joe that was a painting. I thought that was actually like a photograph or something. So that's pretty good. And then we got posters made up. I'll probably take this to my job and like set it up so everybody can see it tomorrow. It's fucked up. They forgot to put this guy's name on there, Jesse. So we had to write it on each poster. It's just like it's not that bad, but so yeah, 200 Adams Ave, Scranton, PA, tomorrow from 6 to 9. So depending on how this goes over, it is set the pace for our next group show, or will determine if a lot of us even want to show with each other again, or if we like break up and do like 2-man shows or something like that. And I sent the link to my TV show to the artist, and like the one lady who was there, her name is Danielle, was there today. She's from Poland or something. She's like, oh my god, I saw the interview you did with Danny. I learned so much about him and his art. I can't wait to do your show whenever you're ready. So, in the next couple weeks, I really got to start back doing my show again because I have a whole group of people I can interview now. And maybe that'll get other artists to step. The last time I was there, we did the last episodes. It was just so tough because our second guy who helped with sound and lighting, he moved to North Carolina or Virginia. I think he moved to Virginia. And the main guy says he just hates doing everything by himself. So he was like, "Oh, we may do a live stream and just stream it live." And I don't know, like, how many people would actually be willing to do a live broadcast. So I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go. But we shall see. We shall see. We're trying to do a group call chat or whatever. What the hell is that? This is the only thing about birthdays. Every time somebody tell me happy birthday, I feel like I gotta stand the man. What up, bro? Yo, I appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. How you doing, bro? How's everything? Same old shit, man. I'm about to get some painting done. all the birthday nonsense, that shit don't faze me no more. I still went to work today. I dropped some art off for first Friday. Oh, I remember you were telling me that. How do you like it? Yeah, is it more space off the street parking? Man, me and my girl gonna have to come hang out with y'all just to hang out. I really miss hanging out with you, bro. No lie. Just come chill one day. You know? I'm on a kind of easy part on this painting right now. I'm really just using black and white. Yeah, bro. I'd love to come kick it with you for a couple hours. Sit around and talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Wherever, have a couple beers or something. Not the courtyard. Sit outside. You know what I'm saying? Sit outside in the courtyard. I don't know where my picture is at. What's this? Alright, this is the one. Yeah, bro. One day when y'all ain't got too much going on, shoot me a text or something. Come right over. Oh. Oh man, I hate getting home late. What's good with all these shootings, man? Shooting up people in the hospital and shit now. Alright. Let me try to get a little bit of paint done. Like I said, I'm working on the camera. Which is basically just grays, black, white, with some gray tones. So I don't need much to get started. Add a little bit of Blanco to this. Let's see. Why am I? There we go. Slaying some of this paint.
To the second floor of a building next to St. Francis Hospital and began firing. People and wounded several.
Not that. You have your iPad connected to the speaker?
Is it tall?
Folsom Medical Office before reportedly taking.
This motherfucker got on a ball cap? What the
Police say the
fuck?
gunman burst onto the second floor of a building next to St. Francis Hospital and began firing.
Oh my God, he's getting his rifle out of his truck. They're all getting their rifles, and it's in a medical building. They're running in.
Police arrived on scene 3 minutes after the first 911 call and made their way inside.
The officers that did arrive were hearing shots in the building, and that's what directed them to the second floor.
Police say as they were breaching the door on the second floor, they heard the shooting stop. They then found the suspect, who they say had killed himself.
We have confirmed he had one long gun, a rifle, and one handgun on the scene at the time.
Too bad he didn't do that first. Remember this clip. We'll come back to it in a moment.
Yeah. Well, and I'm glad they actually went up. Oh, jeez.
What is happening?
It's the
It's cleaning the babushka. Come on. We said not now.
the hot Russian
Just,
cleaning ladies
just-
here.
Oh, no.
It's okay. No. The desk is fine. Desk is fine.
Better not have her here too
Yeah.
long, or Arnold will try and bang her.
Come on.
Her legs go all the way up.
Oh,
Yes.
Just would you
They go
please?
for days.
Every time,
We'll have
babushka.
normal-sized kid with a giant Arnold face.
That is tall glass of cool E. coli water.
Oh dear.
She's just slipping. Fly.
There are no flies.
Go.
The flies are around you, babushka.
Come on, go
You
on.
bring the flies.
See you later, beautiful.
That's a huge...
Hasn't stopped being funny in 23 years.
Every single time.
It's still a good one.
I just want to point out that the officers there heard gunfire and went in.
That's right.
Oh,
Just saying.
they didn't follow the protocol of looking at TikTok?
Right. Waited around for a little while because there was a huge japuti on the scene.
I am very
directing
grateful
them
that
not
they
to
are-
go in.
Yes. I am grateful that they are not putties.
Yes.
That is it is a rarity, it seems, among some police officers today.
Yeah, it seems if you get 19 of them together, the best thing to do is nothing.
Right.
Yes, I just wait for the shooting to stop.
Yes. But one of them has a mean Uno streak in the parking lot.
Yes, that's right. That's important.
Playing quarters.
Yeah, there's so many questions, but according to police Captain Richard Mullenberg, this wasn't a random act of violence. This was an individual who just decided he wanted to go find a hospital full of random people.
This was not an individual.
That's what I meant to say.
That's right. That's
Somebody
This is
did-
a quote.
I saw, yes. He deliberately made a choice to come here, and his actions were deliberate.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, that was his MO.
Yeah, they didn't think that this was a random shooting. And by the way, this was a medical facility across the street from the hospital. I know initial reports were that this was at a hospital. That's very close. And I'm not making a distinction for any other reason than to give you an accurate assessment of where this happened, right? And most of the time, a lot of times hospitals, people can carry guns, but most of the time, Texas, Nebraska, I know are states that outlaw you from carrying a gun in a hospital. Most of the time you don't see that, right? You don't see armed employees. In fact, so much so that my wife actually led a program on training to make sure if you had an active shooter in a hospital that you knew what to do in case that happened, because it's a constant threat in some of these environments where you've got some belligerent people, gang members coming in that are being shot or in the emergency department, stuff like that. So,
Of course, yeah, because then you have other gang members coming
Yes.
and chasing after them and
right,
stuff. Yeah, they
so
used
you
to have.
can easily end up with some
Right,
angry
those
family members or gang violence or anything else. So,
Yeah, exact details on the shooter aren't available right now.
Yeah.
But according to the New York Times deputy chief, Eric DeGleish, said he was between 35 and 40 years old.
is that all we know?
I was going to say, is that all we know? It seems that we should know quite a bit more than this.
You'd think so, right?
Do we not
But-
know more?
Well, remember we just showed you the CBS New York clip of Deputy DeGleish saying this.
We have confirmed he had one long gun, a rifle, and one handgun on the scene at the time.
There's actually more video of DeGleish from the same press conference, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But they didn't show.
No, they
But we
show
will.
it.
Oh, let's show.
The suspect, we do not have an identity. That we believe we're getting close on the identity of the suspect. He is a black male, estimated to be 35 to 40 years old.
Now, I don't want to speak out of turn.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I see, do you notice any discrepancies here, Mr. Land Putin?
Something seems off, but I can't quite put my poison tip umbrella on it.
This is very interesting.
I'm not.
I'm not sure. It's a one-off. It's
Yeah.
a one-off.
Yeah.
Let's look into the Washington Post.
Information.
The Washington Post is reporting on the shooter. So let's go ahead, Gerald. Why don't you share that?
Authorities identified the gunman as a 35 to 40-year-old who fired both a rifle and a handgun. Interesting information.
Okay.
And that's the extent of the description they gave of the suspect.
Oh,
It's almost like Waukesha all over again.
I just want to make sure that all the opium has not gone to my brain.
right.
Yeah, that's a fair.
I heard the police captain,
Yeah.
just to be clear, and this is not to say anything other than what he said.
Right.
The man was black.
Right, but they cut that out.
They did. And by the way, the information on the man's race was available at the time that they published. And we're not making it about race. They tend to make it about...
Well, you give police description. You give description to
Yes.
KGB.
Yes.
You
Right.
say he's tall, he's short, he's blonde, he's black.
In Russia, that really narrows it down.
I think it's easier, though, to look for somebody between 35 and 40 than to just narrow it down to somebody who race and 35 and 40.
Well-
you just stop everyone of that.
I can see your point.
Yeah.
I can also see point that media is full of lying assholes. You've heard
Yes.
of Pravda? You in Washington Post are worse than Pravda.
Well,
Correct.
listen, don't give them too hard of a time. They actually don't go the entire article without mentioning race. Here, I've got a couple of other quotes for you.
Go ahead.
The Tulsa shooting happened the same day as funerals for some of the victims of the Texas shooting, which left 19 children and 2 teachers dead. Also that day, the white man accused of killing 10 people at a Buffalo grocery store on May 14th was indicted on 25 counts, including domestic terrorism and murder as a hate crime. So you've got 3 different shootings that were mentioned, and you have 1 mention of race. And the
Weird.
only mention of race was when it was...
Hey,
And this is the only time.
is American media racist? I don't know.
think it might be.
Is it racist? It seems to me like if you only single out one race of people to
Yes.
to vilify, as people not too far from us at one point, they did it with the Jews. We just
Well,
did it with the rich,
yes.
and we starved more people. But seems to me that your media, which by the way, of course, is working with your government, as you saw with Jen Psaki, they are racist. They are blaming white shooter as though it's relevant, but not mentioning shooter. Notice they do this too, even with active shooter.
Yes.
Where it
Yes.
might actually help save lives.
Right.
Like, hey, look out for a guy who is wearing Flavor Flav necklace and is on car with spinners.
Well, we feel in the States that it's best and safer to not mention the race and just let people die.
Unless it is done
right?
and he has,
That's a fair point.
unless he is
I
white.
just want to make sure I have that right.
Well, and for those of you out there who are saying, well, we know the motive of the Buffalo shooter was that he was a white supremacist or racist.
Well, he
Or
was
we had
streaming
that,
it.
Right? Yeah, he was
Yeah.
streaming that. I understand that, but this is a pattern beyond that to all of these shootings.
Yes.
Involve a white shooter no matter what.
Oh, no, the press just got
Exclusion.
lucky ducky that
Yeah,
time.
exactly. It's the exclusion every other time that it's somebody else. Oh, we blamed a vehicle. I think in Waukesha, that's what it was. It was a vehicle.
Well,
Well, I have driven enough American cars.
The Ford Escape, very racist.
Well, she's like white dog except for cars.
Yes.
Did you just say that? I hope I did not repeat
It is the pristine.
The Chevrolet Traverses, if you want to traverse into after, not work very well. I will say this, as people who have experience running media,
Yes.
by that I mean to lie. You guys are better at it.
Yeah.
You guys are, it's not the lie that you hear because people say you are lying. It's the lies that you don't hear.
Oh,
where
yes.
you don't hear that the shooter was black or the shooter was specifically doing it in the name of left-wing socialism or the
Or
shooter
Allah.
yelled out Allahu Akbar.
Which is really hard to determine the motive at that point. Let's just be clear.
So you
Yeah,
guys are better
everyone
than
says that.
Russia now. Because really everyone knows Pravda propaganda. Everyone knows, but half of America you still don't know.
It's true.
This is
Well, we feel it's important to definitely get to the story before getting to the truth, and that's what makes America great.
Got
I am
papers.
tracking with you.
Well, now.
Journalistic integrity of not telling the truth.
Yes, indeed. Well, in an effort to sell more papers, WAPO actually ran a separate excerpt with the title, Shooting Comes 101 Years After Tulsa Race Massacre. And I'm not 100% sure that I see the connection, but people did take to Twitter saying, of course this was white supremacy, and it was on the anniversary of the massacre, so it must be that, right? So
Yes,
I don't understand this. It's from Russia that people complain about United States white supremacy. Can someone explain to me? I think I have this. What is affirmative action is for white men, correct?
No,
That's
it's
incorrect.
actually for everyone else except.
Okay. No further question.
well, and just to clarify the
I have
point,
to throw up.
you judge on the basis of a person's skin color and not merit. And I know that's different than what you probably heard Martin Luther King say.
That's right.
But,
Oh, you mean man who was killed by FBI?
Yes,
well, yeah, the very same.
when no one yelled duck. You didn't hear anybody say that either.
No,
That's right.
no.
I thought that you had a problem with ducks.
Yeah.
No.
No duck problems here.
I thought maybe someone was throwing bread.
No, nobody
Duck,
has any trouble
duck.
here getting down or ducking.
Duck.
Well, look, we've got the three shootings in the narrative so far.
Well, there was actually a tweet that I didn't.
Maybe someone was throwing bread.
No.
Yeah.
I thought that you had a problem with man who was killed by FBI.
Yes,
Well, yeah, the very same.
when no one yelled duck. You didn't hear.
King say.
That's right.
But,
Oh, you mean man who was killed by FBI?
Yes,
well, yeah, the very same.
when no one yelled duck. You didn't hear anybody say that either.
No.
That's right.
No.
I thought that you.
King say.
That's right.
But,
Oh, you mean man who was killed by FBI?
Yes,
well, yeah, the very same.
when no one yelled duck. You didn't hear anybody.
The fact that that's such common knowledge is creepy as shit. That most people know that Martin Luther King was assassinated by the FBI. In like the mid-90s, his family actually won a legal settlement in court by proving the FBI had a hand in the assassination of Dr. King. It's fucking crazy.
Either.
No.
That's right.
Yeah.
I thought that you had a problem with ducks.
Yeah. No duck problems here.
I thought maybe someone was throwing bread.
Nope. Nobody
Duck,
has any trouble
duck.
here getting down or ducking.
Duck.
Well, look, we've got the three shootings in the narrative so far.
Well, there was actually a tweet that I didn't see. I forget who it was, but it said, it was on the eve of the Tulsa shooting, and this woman blaming white supremacy.
Yeah.
And everything was just like, you can delete this. You don't have to leave it up.
Twitter doesn't have an edit button.
I
yet, but
don't
they do have a delete button.
Yeah, I don't understand how so many people tweet out something wrong and are like, well, I'm just going to leave it up
Going with
anyway.
it, yep.
I'm going to stand by my complete bullshit.
Look how many responses it's gotten. It must be right.
I mean, look, it's well liked.
That's right. Unfortunately, there is no button on Twitter to delete self.
Yeah, I wish
They're working on that, though. So just to be clear, we've got white supremacy in Buffalo, right? Because all white people are evil. Uvalde, we have guns are the cause of all evil. So you're seeing a trend here. And now Tulsa, this one's is yet to be determined, and this is going to be a bit tricky for the media to spin. But I will say this: we did mention Twitter and people going to Twitter. Go right now and see if Tulsa is trending. I didn't see it trending at all this morning.
It was for a moment yesterday, and then some new information got out and stopped.
Well, it's weird how that tends to happen. But go and check and see right now at 10:46 Eastern time if it is.
Comment below, people. Comment below. Right now, what time is it? I have to look.
10:46 Eastern. I just get
10:46.
time.
Comment right now. Is it trending? It was for a moment. It was in the heat of the moment.
If Rasputin
telling me what your tweet meant.
He dies.
You are great singer.
The tweet of the moment.
terrible.
Then you will die. Pravda.
The voice of Angel.
That's right.
By the way, I love this next part here. CNN says police described the shooter's weapon as, quote, a semi-automatic rifle and a semi-automatic pistol, which is incredibly vague. But I love now that you're starting to see this phrase thrown in every single time they mention a gun and shooting, semi-automatic, as though that's a distinguishing feature that is going to say, the semi-automatic is worse than, say, a revolver, right?
Yeah.
Because most of your handguns, I know there's exceptions, most of your handguns are going to be semi-automatic, and a lot of the rifles, most of the rifles are going to be semi-automatic, and so it's like, we just need to ban semi-fully automatic, handgun rifles.
Yes.
But Rasputin has a question.
Yes,
Yes,
I have a question because I don't want to be rude.
Mr. Rasputin.
Rasputin. You are Putin, I'm Rasputin.
I forget that I just have
It's
Putin in
okay.
my name. You have the
I have both.
Ras.
I am your name plus prequel.
You're Raspberry and Putin.
Let me ask, just because, again, outside looking in, okay?
Yes,
I could be, I assume I am ignorant.
Okay.
Americans know that semi-automatic is just basic gun, right?
No, they don't. No.
They don't know that semi-automatic is like old gun except for pump shotgun.
Listen, Rasputin, I just need to clarify, and I'm sorry to all our viewers out there, that he doesn't realize that is the scariest form of assault weapon. A semi-automatic rifle means that when you pull the trigger, you get one bullet, Stephen.
Yes, we call that training rifle.
Yeah. Well, here we call it the most dangerous weapon.
That is because you are either stupid or pussies.
Misinformed.
Okay, we go with that.
Yeah.
Because the media, they do a very good job. That people think, no, semi-automatic, it's like all handguns ever. Oh.
Right, as opposed to fully automatic, which for some reason people don't understand.
I love the fully semi-automatic. So, do you remember that?
Yeah, fully semi-automatic.
It's a full semi-automatic.
Yeah, what does that even mean? It's the whole gun.
I don't know.
Yes.
I think that's
we haven't sawed it off.
It's a 100% or 50%.
Well,
so that's just 50%.
Don't worry, our former
it's
vice
Sex
president.
Panther of weapons.
Yes.
Our former vice president said that 9mm is what was it, a high velocity round, or I can't remember what he said.
Blow your lung.
Blow your lung out.
Blow your lung
Sure.
out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it rips your entire lung out of the body. We have them laying.
Did he say that?
Yes.
Your former vice president said that?
Yeah.
This is man who is standing between all of you and us?
Yes.
Oops.
Yeah.
I know.
Don't tell him. Why did we tell him?
No. I mean, no, please. Vote him again. We respect him and scare him so much.
Vote. Oh, please.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Those guys are a fucking trip. It is weird how that the Democrats they're trying to I don't know. They're trying to make all white people seem super terrible, and then negate everything that any other ethnic group does. So this is the second time some black dude shot up some people and they don't mention race. But when a white person does something, they gotta make sure you know they're white. It's a weird paradigm we're shifting into right now. For years, it used to be the opposite way, where the black people got all the flack, and a black dude could do no right for a long time, and that's not true. That's not the reality that we live in. There's, violent people make up a very small percentage of the population. But now, the roles are flipped, and it's black people can do no wrong, and white people can do no right. Which is funny, but not fair. Definitely not fair. Mm. Yeah, a very weird paradigm shift. Um, let me talk to my homie real quick.
What's going on, man?
Good shit, bro. How you doing?
Not much. Heading to work and sitting this lovely weather, rain, driving through this rain here.
Oh man, that rain been hitting the whole East Coast lately.
Yeah, man. So how you been, bro?
Shit, I'm good, man. I can't
Happy
complain.
belated, bro.
Oh, thank you. No, it ain't belated. Today my birthday.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Ruby. We go through this shit every time. Like, for whatever reason, like, I don't know. Wherever he's at, or our shit be getting dropped all the time. Yo. Hello? Can you hear me, son? Ruby. Hello? Bruh. Bruh, that shit is the worst. I don't know. Seems like we can never have a conversation, you know? Our phones are always fucking up. Actually, probably should have waited to do some of that. Damn. Yeah, let me wait to do this part because it's gonna just turn kind of muddy, and I really don't want that. Hmm. All right, let me put something else on. Yo, Boosie. Yep. ASMR. I'm gonna have to look that up. Don't know exactly what that is. Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, coined in 2010, ASMR is a relaxing, often sedative sensation that begins on the scalp and moves down the body, also known as brain massage. It's triggered by placid sights and sounds such as whispers, accents, and crackles. Hmm. I may actually have to look into that. Sounds pretty interesting, actually, ASMR. We'll see. So the answer is no, I've never even heard of that.
Chromebooks are a new way to laptop, starting with the everything button, so you can find anything the moment you need it, from files and apps to answers online, instantly. And Chromebooks are secure, with virus protection that's built in. So no more of this, and a lot more peace of mind. So if you're ready to...
Jesus Volume 1, Chosen, written by Mark Miller, art by Peter Gross. Alright, American Jesus. This was published in 2004 at Dark Horse Comics, and then later on at Image Comics it was reprinted. American Jesus is about a 12-year-old boy named Jody Christensen, who's just a normal, average, dumb kid, and he has a near-death experience, and he comes out of that experience with miraculous powers, and he thinks that he is the returned Jesus Christ. So it's the story about this boy that is maybe Jesus coming back to life in today's time. Very interesting to see explored, very fun to see the townsfolk react to these ongoings. Now, this book's written by Miller, who usually writes more sci-fi, superhero stuff, so this is a little bit of a departure for him. And the artwork is by Peter Gross, and it's very dark and twisted. Now, this book will be adapted on Netflix in Spanish and English, so it's going to be a multilingual show. Now, when you see Volume 1 in this video, it doesn't seem like something that would be in Spanish, but Volume 2 is where the Spanish-speaking characters enter into the story, and I will be covering Volume 2 on my channel next week. Interestingly, Volume 2 was published 16 years later in 2020, and I think it does kind of continue the story in a very intriguing way. Alright though, let's dive into the story for Volume 1 of American Jesus. This is in Chapter 1. Here is 1981. Jody Christensen is a normal 12-year-old little boy living in the small town America in the town of Peoria, Illinois. He is not special, does not do that well in school. His main pastimes involve hanging out with friends, playing his Commodore 64, reading comics, and occasionally masturbating. Jody, he has skipped school this day, and him and his friends go into the woods to look for a porno mag that someone hid out there. Back in the pre-internet era, for some reason people like to hide their porn in the forest. While they are searching for this mythical porno mag that is supposedly out here in the woods that some other kid hid, they find themselves beneath an overpass, and a truck on that overpass skids out of control, swerving to avoid a dog. And the truck, it drives right off of it, and it lands right on top of Jody. Jody, though, he somehow survived, without even a broken bone. Some in town even called it a miracle. In the hospital, a woman named Lily B. talks with Jody. Jody is confused. Lily tells him that others are trying to figure out how Jody survived. But she tells Jody what she knows about him that none of the others do. She says, "You really ain't got one clue about any of this, have you? It hasn't even occurred to you just who you even are yet, huh? Boy, walking away from a burning truck's the least of what you're capable of doing, Jody Christensen. You've got powers and abilities like no one's ever seen before, and these gifts are all going to start becoming obvious over the coming weeks."
His name is Christensen, like the son of Christianity. Jody Christensen.
Hunts, you gotta be strong for what lies ahead. But rest assured, you got friends in high places, and you ain't gonna be walking this road by yourself, you hear me? The fate of our souls lies in your hands, little prince. But your people have been waiting 2,000 years for this moment, and are only too eager to fight by your side. Ask your mother why she's never lain down with your father in 13 years of marriage, Jody. Ask your father why your mother makes him sleep in the back bedroom every night. After Jody's short stay in the hospital, he got to return home. And he got to stay home from school for the next month to recover from the psychological damage of almost dying. Jody, he would often hang out with the next-door neighbor girl named Maggie Kane, who would often skip school herself. Jody had a crush on her. They would smoke and watch shitty daytime TV and old action movies. She asks Jody how he survived the whole truck landing on his head thing. Jody says he doesn't know and he doesn't want to talk about it. Jody, he returns to school, finally, and on his history test, Jody got a perfect grade, a perfect score on it. The teacher makes Jody stay after class to talk about the test. The teacher assumed that Jody was cheating, as Jody is usually a dumbass and not very good at school. And the test was on stuff they covered while Jody was away. The teacher accuses Jody of cheating. Jody answers that he just kind of knew the answers. He knew the information. He doesn't know why. The teacher quizzes Jody on the spot about information that was on the test. Now, it was a history test on John F. Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis. So the teacher asks Jody, who was Kennedy's Secretary of Defense? And Jody answers, Robert McNamara, right? The teacher goes on, okay. Well, where did McNamara work before he was appointed to the White House? And Jody answers, he was president of Ford. Teacher continues, okay. Who was Kennedy's man at the Treasury? Jody answers, Douglas Dillon. Teacher asks, Commerce? Jody answers, Luther Hodges. Teacher asks, Attorney General? And Jody answers, RFK, of course. The teacher starts going into some obscure ones. Agriculture? Jody answers, Orville Freeman. The teacher, not believing Jody is getting all of these right, asks, you think you're so good? Why don't you tell me what state Kennedy's Postmaster General came from? And Jody answers, President Kennedy had 2 Postmaster Generals, sir. Are you talking about Edward Day or John Gronowski Jr.? The teacher can't believe it. Jody is getting this all right. How the hell does he know this stuff? Jody, he eventually leaves. So Jody, he's starting to get these weird kind of Jesus powers. He is like all-knowing now. And he can answer random trivia on JFK's cabinet, but also stuff beyond that. Later on, perhaps a few days or so, at one point, Jody's mother, Martha Christensen, was brought to the school. She assumed that Jody was in trouble, but no, it was something else. The mother sees Jody standing on a chair in the classroom while the teachers are throwing random tough math questions at Jody. And Jody, he is getting them all right. Jody's mom tells Jody, home, Jody. Takes him home. And in the car ride home, Jody's mom, Martha, tells Jody about the time when Jesus was 12 years old. And he was talking in the temple with all these scribes and Pharisees and was holding court with some of the finest minds in Judea. That was when Mary and Joseph realized that everything they've been told about this kid had been absolutely real. She continues, you see, up until that point, they just couldn't be certain. Sure, they had visitations and omens and stuff like that, but they toilet trained this little boy. They'd taught him how to walk and talk. How could this be the Son of God, when Mary and Joseph still had to wipe his nose from time to time? Jody is confused. What the hell was his mom talking about? Martha answers, that was my temple moment, Jody, back there in the school, you know? That was when I realized that everything they told me about you was absolutely true. Martha then confesses to her son. She says, your father and I have never had sex, Jody. The only reason we even live together is because the elders in the church wanted you to grow up in a nice, stable home. Do you understand what I'm telling you here? Do you know what I'm about to say? Jody responds, I think so. Martha replies, you mean you get it? You realize what you are? Jody, being a big X-Men comics fan, answers, I do. I'm a freaking mutant. And he runs away. His mother later told Jody to read the book of Revelations from the Bible, so Jody did. And in the book of Revelations, it details the apocalypse and the end of the world. And Jody thinks that he is the second coming of Jesus Christ. And Jody, reading the Bible, says, holy shit! Chosen, chapter 2.
25 pounds? No, I ordered 200. What is beef? We still got that meat connect? We get $12.50 for that.
Jody, confused about learning he might be the second coming of Jesus, goes to talk with Father Tom O'Higgins, the local priest in town. Jody feels weird talking to the priest, as Jody's parents aren't even Christian, but Jody wants some answers. Father O'Higgins is petting his new dog, Angel. Jody asks the father, "Do you think I'm the returned Jesus Christ?" And Father O'Higgins is taken aback. He tells Jody that no, he does not think that Jody is Jesus returned. He explains what is happening to Jody as just weird stuff. Weird stuff just happens sometimes. Doesn't mean you have God's special powers or any kind of destiny. Jody argues, "But I survived that truck falling on me. And not only that, a few days ago, I cured Lucas Kornblut's asthma." Father O'Higgins reiterates his belief that Jody isn't Jesus and isn't special. Later on, Jody's at school with all of his school friends, and they do think that he might be special, and they want to test out his abilities. They are going to put Jody's Jesus miracle powers to the test. They want to see if he can turn water into wine and heal people and do some other stuff that Jesus does, like walking on water. At first, Jody's powers don't work, and the kids are very dismissive and skeptical. But eventually, it does work. Jody helps this one student, Marky Crittenden, fix the squint in his eyes and help him see perfectly. And eventually, Jody, he was able to turn a whole bunch of water into wine. Jody's school friends are ecstatic, especially by the water into wine thing. It defies the laws of physics. By the time Jody got home that day, the story of his fantastical powers grew exaggerated. Kids were saying Jody multiplied loaves of bread and fish and conjured up 1,000 little Snickers bars. They said that Jody drove his bike straight across the lake and didn't even get his tires wet. Later on, a few days later, back at school, Jody is preaching to the students, and Jody says, "Okay, you gotta think of the Old Testament of Star Wars. Everybody likes it. The characters were great, and it's a huge success. And it was always gonna change the world forever. And the New Testament is essentially The Empire Strikes Back. Unlike most sequels, the hardcore fans like it better than the original. There was a lot of cool twists, like the guy turned out to be the son of the Big Banana, and the guy we actually liked the best was looking like he bites it in at the end. The good news, of course, is that he doesn't die, and he's back in form in the final part of the trilogy. We get a trailer for this called The Book of Revelation, and that's what we're living in now, Return of the Frickin' Jedi." Jody's friend Maggie asks him, "And you're Han Solo?" And Jody answers, "Either that or Luke Skywalker. I actually haven't got that part completely figured out yet." Another child asks Jody, "Jody, what about this book my dad's got that said Jesus never existed? I can't remember the details, but it said, like, the Greeks, the Egyptians, the Scots, and the Irish all had the same legend thousands of years before the Christians ever made them up." Jody asks, "What do you mean, legend?" And the kid elaborates. He says, "You know, Son of God, born of a virgin, wears a halo, changes the world, and gets crucified to a piece of wood at the age of 33. How can Jesus be a true story when the Egyptians used to tell stories about the exact same guy 3,000 years before Jesus was even born?" Jody's answer to that question from that student is, "I don't know." Another kid asks Jody, "What about all the other big religions, Jody? What do you say to all the millions of Muslims and Jews and Hindus and whatever you call those guys who wear the turbans, man?" And Maggie adds to the question, "Yeah, does the fact that you exist mean that their religions don't count anymore?" Jody's answer to this is, "Not my fault those guys all backed the wrong horse." In the coming days and weeks, Jody, he felt a certain level of responsibility as the new Jesus returned. He figured that he should probably stop dishonoring his father and mother, stop taking the Lord's name in vain, and stop masturbating too, although he was tempted by his next-door neighbor, Maggie Kane, who would change her clothes in her bedroom, which faced Jody's bedroom directly. Jody's miracles in town continued. Petey was a boy in Jody's school, a few grades older than Jody, and he was kind of a bully. Petey's dad was the one that was driving the truck that almost killed Jody, while Petey's dad, in the truck crash, did not come out of it as healthy as Jody did. He is very severely injured and he is in a coma now. And life at Petey's home was hard for him with his dad no longer there supporting the family financially. And Petey, he resented Jody, blaming Jody for his dad. His dad is lying in the hospital while Jody is running around town pretending to be the new Messiah. So Petey dragged Jody to the hospital and made Jody try to cure his dad. Petey, he wasn't fully expecting anything to happen. But Jody, he tried, and after a while, Petey's dad woke up from his coma, and he was okay, and he was standing. And after that, the town of Peoria, Illinois, lost its mind. People were kneeling down and praying outside Jody's house and his classroom, and the sick appeared and begged Jody to cure them. And cure them he did, with an ever-increasing confidence. People were selling objects that Jody touched, books he read, and even soil from his parents' garden for its supposed healing properties. Jody's parents were going nuts. At the time, Jody still had no idea why none of these events had made it to the newspapers. Someone was perhaps covering them up. Father O'Higgins asked to speak with Jody privately one day. The priest told Jody to cut this nonsense out. Jody is not Jesus. Jody asks the father, why can't he just accept this? It is the most logical explanation of what's going on. Jody then questions the priest's faith. The priest seems like the only guy in town who doesn't believe in God. Jody says to him, why do you think nobody even comes to your church anymore? You say the words and do the actions, but you could be mowing the lawn for all you care. You're too busy planning what you're having for dinner or fantasizing about that dumpy old woman who arranges the flowers every Sunday. The priest tells Jody, you watch your mouth, son. Jody continues, when did you stop believing, Father? When that drunk old bishop made a pass at you at the seminary? When the cancer took your mother? When that homeless guy stuck a knife in the back of your brother's head? The priest, he then starts getting angry. He says, shut up. Jody continues, don't you realize even your brother's murder is all part of the great big plan? Father O'Higgins yells at Jody some more and tells him to get the hell out of his car. Chapter 3.
Good evening. Welcome to Hawthorne. It'll be our pleasure to feed you.
Tonight will be magical.
Over the next few hours, you will ingest fat, salt, protein, and at times entire ecosystems.
We're eating the ocean. We're eating the ocean.
Are you crying?
It's just I find it all very moving.
So it's okay that I'm not as into this as you are. Oh my god.
You shouldn't be here tonight. You, my dear guests, are not the common man. Isn't that right?
Is he gonna keep doing that?
What happens inside this room is meaningless compared to what happens outside. We are but a frightened nanosecond. Nature is timeless.
What the hell is going on?
I love you all. We love you too, Chef. Any questions?
This is bergamot. I'm getting, Chef.
Yes, it is.
They do the incredible, help save lives. So can you. Your CSL plasma donation can help create 24 life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your time. Help save so many lives. Donate at CSL Plasma today.
O'Higgins continued to question his faith, but at the church he continued his sermons to an ever
Yo.
What's up, man?
You got reception now?
Yeah, I do. I've been having reception. I don't know what's going on with your phone, bro.
It ain't my phone.
So, happy belated, man.
The day's still my birthday.
Oh, shit, I thought I missed it, man.
No. Day my birthday. I sure appreciate it.
So what's your favorite birthday, man? What you do? It's raining. You know, when it rains on your birthday, it's a blessing.
It ain't raining here on my birthday. It raining where you at. I got sunshine over here.
Oh, dude. Nigga, it's a fucking tsunami over here.
Damn. Don't send that shit this way.
I don't know, from the Caribbean, man. From the Caribbean, man. When it rains on your birthday, it means it's a sign of blessing.
Oh damn. That shit. I ain't doing shit. I'm
It means new beginning. It'll wash the old stuff. It means new beginning. When it rains on your birthday.
All life comes from water, man. You can't have life without water.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right.
So anyway, man. So how you been, bro?
I'm chilling, bro. I can't complain, man. I can't complain at all. So I'm in the studio right now working on some art. Got a little art show tomorrow. I'm really thinking I might not. I was thinking I might not go because they talking about you got to wear a mask and all this shit, man. I ain't trying to wear no mask all night at no fucking art show.
Fuck his ass. Fuck it. Just go out there and make people see your art, man. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'll put my art inside the building, nigga. I'll be outside. Call me if you need me.
Damn right. I'm standing outside. Y'all want to talk to me? Come outside and talk. But damn, hey man.
COVID ain't shit, nigga. It's Ukraine, nigga.
That's the issue.
Ukraine, nigga. Huh?
I said that's the issue.
Yeah, nigga. Ukraine, nigga. Shit, how you been, bro?
Chilling. Hey man, what's good with that Texas shooting, man, and Uvalde?
Bro, I mean a lot of fucking stories, bro.
Me too. That's why I always want your professional opinion.
So, one story I heard was the reason why they sat outside was because, apparently, there's only one door that was unlocked. Apparently, the reason how he got into school was there was a door that was unlocked. So the teacher went outside to smoke. And then she left the door unlocked, or so left the door unlocked. So that's the story I'm hearing. So apparently, the news ain't gonna show that shit. You know what I'm saying? So then, apparently, the reason why he locked the door, so the regular cops didn't have no tools to get in the building. That's the reason why they was outside.
Bruh. A school building got hella windows, nigga. I don't have to go in. I don't have to go in to shoot you, nigga. If I see you through the window.
Apparently, they broke. Yes, that is true. But apparently, they broke the. Chris is calling me right now. They're calling me answer right now. Hold on.
Put that nigga on three-way.
Hey, Chris. We're Trappers right here, man. I was getting back to you.
Yo, bro, I appreciate it, fam. Yo, what's good? Goddamn three amigos. Thank you, man.
So, I see what you're saying, though, Trav. Were they able to get through the window? Yes. They all, apparently, the story was, one of the stories was that they do lock themselves in the building. They break the windows open. They was getting the kids out the windows on the side. Just getting the kids out.
The Dade Police Department don't got a battering ram, a big dude just to kick the door in. I mean, what did he barricade the door with?
Battering rams are mostly like SWAT teams. That's what they was waiting for.
Man.
It's a whole lot because they didn't get the orders to go in or some shit like that. I don't know. Supposedly, the reason why they didn't get the orders to go in is where it comes into play is that where I'm getting at with what I'm seeing was they might have been like, fuck it, let's go through the window. It comes to the point is you go through the window, you get cut up. Now you've been affected.
Ain't nobody going. I ain't gotta go in. I'm gonna shoot you through the window. I'm not trying to get in the building with you. I just want to see what room you in, and I'm gonna shoot you from outside through the window.
Exactly. There was exchanging gun battles.
But this is.
There was a couple that was grazed in the head, but there was exchanging gun battle. There was a gun battle. But my thing was, like you said, nigga, it's a fucking building. I would fucking run the car or armored truck to the side of the fucking building and fucking go in this shit.
And so just.
Listen, it's a lot. There's a lot of hearsay in regards to the situation, but I want to hear the full story come out. I heard that they basically rescued their own kids as far as some of the police officers there. That is not for any of that shit. I got the hearsay, so I'm not sure if it's true or not. But right now, the reason why I think that they're like, oh, we're gonna hold everything, is that just invest. I want to see the whole story, so I'm not gonna speculate.
Man, Chris already.
What it is.
Chris. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because me personally, if some shit like this happen, even though I'm in the Bronx as much, I don't like these niggas. I would be the first one in the school trying to catch this motherfucker.
But Chris already hit on the main topic. The main thing is somebody gave an order for them to wait. Whoever that is, whoever told the whole police force, wait until Border Patrol gets here or wait until we have quote unquote sufficient backup, that motherfucker need to go to jail. Whoever the fuck told everybody else to wait, man, look, bro.
The news, we don't know what was said. They only snippet that part. We don't know what was the transmission before. That's why I say I'm not jumping to conclusion. For example, let's just say that, oh, he's barricaded, but we don't have the tool. And they're like, oh, Border Patrol's in the way. That's the only person that can break the door. Because the news, as well, and the food that man, snippet of one thing, and then blew it up.
Man, but like you say, it's a school building. This shit ain't an armored bunker or a bomb shelter or nothing. Ram a fucking truck into that shit. It don't, man. Somebody could have did something. In 90 minutes, he shot his grandmother in the face, hopped in the car and sped off. Before he got to the school, the grandmother was able to make it out of her house, go to the neighbors and call the cops. He crashed the truck. So that's already one 911 call. He crashed the truck and started shooting at somebody. That was the second 911 call before he entered the school. And then on entering the school, there was several students who called the police 4 or 5 times saying, "Help us, come in and help us." Like the whole timeline, it was too much time for somebody to give a action order.
Like Chris said, we're not gonna jump into conclusion because we gotta know. But what Trump is saying is correct, though. There's at least 100%. I agree with you 100%. But there has to be others. I want the whole story to come out, and they be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm not jumping to any conclusion at all. All I know right now for myself, the nigga's a fucking loser, and he did some shit like that. My thing is this: is how quick they jump on that loser in Buffalo to be like, oh, he was racist. But this was the gun control policy because A, the nigga's gay, 2, the nigga's Hispanic, and all of a sudden, he's not crazy, but it's the gun. That's the shit that pissed me off the whole situation right
Oh no, everybody know this kid was crazy too. They said that, like, he was posting weird shit on Facebook. He even said he was going to kill his grandmother, and it's a small community. I think that town only has like 8,000 or 9,000 people. In a small town like that, you know almost everybody. A town with 8,000 or 9,000 people, you don't have like 4.
because it was interviewing a barber. That's why I'm telling you about the whole story. That was one version.
Yeah, but that guy, the Buffalo shooter specifically said he targeted black people, and this kid killed other people who looked like him. So that's. Well, even you as an officer saying that they kind of slacked a little bit, that means we won't get the whole story. That story, the whole complete story, won't never come out because it'll make their department look like they were slipping.
Another thing I realized too, this like Sandy Hook, this like in Florida, Pensacola, that fucking little shopping schools. What I realized with these small towns is that there was some shit like this or anything like this. Compared, if that would have happened like a major city like Philly, New York.
They said those guys just had training, right? They had active shooter training just like a couple weeks before that shit happened.
Yeah, training is one thing. Training is one thing, Trap.
Okay.
However, you gotta understand this though, is that the whole this one the other McGill people to understand the whole is funding the police, the whole shit that happened. All this one ripple make a big thing. With things like this, you know what they always used to say when when some shit like this happen? Stand by and let SWAT team handle it. That's what stand by, professionals do it.
I get that, but at the same time, man, I get that, but just having a moral compass, knowing that there are young 10-year-old kids in there. I don't give a fuck what anybody ordered. If there was a chance, who killed the kid? They said that one random guy with a handgun went up in there and popped that kid. That shit could have happened 30, 40 minutes before then. Like, somebody just with a moral compass who knows that you should not hurt children.
I understand.
I'm sorry.
When it comes to this job, because all the anti-police rhetoric, moral compass is out the fucking window.
Yeah. And that's why I was always against like defunding the police. I want the cops to have more money so they can have more training. So you don't just get out the academy and then it's like every 4 years you have like training or something like.
When you defund the police, you remove equipment. So you have to specify people. For small town like this, the same cops are the SWAT team.
Yeah.
So that means that if this shit happening, right? Let's say this shit happening, right? So now me and Chris at the building. Shit, Chris, he locked the door. We don't have any ribbon battery or anything like that. We have no rifle. Now you trap at the station house. I have to call you. You have to get a truck ready. You have to load up everything. By the time is going.
Yeah.
Time is passing. Me and Chris can't do nothing. Yeah, we're gonna change gun fires, and yeah, we're gonna go through the window, but he barricaded himself in. We don't have the proper tools. Now we jump into the fray with fucking handguns with 45 rounds. Now what? Now we put ourselves at a disadvantage. You see what I'm saying? That's what people don't understand. When people like, oh, defund the police. Now cops like, okay, we don't have money for this, but we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. All that, this is what happened.
Yeah.
All that shit is going on. All that is ripple effects of what's going on in the media society today. It's fucked up. 1,000% job, I agree with you. The cops should have more problems over this job. They don't want you to have more. They don't. Because I did it. It goes in our building. Me and Chris goes in our building. Somehow, some way, we broke in the door, in the room, right? Now, mind you, me and Chris gotta look out for a lot of shit. The kids. Chris gotta look out for me, gotta look out for Chris. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This nigga don't give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? So now, let's just say we shot the guy, we killed the guy, me and Chris high-five each other. Now, they do forensics, and they find out one of my round killed one of the kids.
Collateral damage. You saved everybody else's life. That was an accident, you know. That's collateral damage. If your round killed one kid but you saved everybody else in school, I don't think nobody would condemn you for that.
No, you don't know that. That family
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everybody that's like, oh, you a hero, but that family that lost a child because of me. Number one, as a man that I am, it's gonna fuck me up inside. Damn, man. Did I really? Was it worth it? Nah, some kid died. Yeah, I saved a lot of people, but some kid died because of me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that is the question. That's the whole a person on a train track. Somebody's tied to the train track, and there's 100 people on the train. So do you save the 100 people or do you save the one person? And I mean, it's always a tough decision, but it's always better to save 100 people.
Trap, honestly, I agree with you 1,000%, but we need to know the full story, what really happened.
Man, what about the Tulsa, Oklahoma shooting at the medical center?
Oh, that nigga ran that hospital? Bro, what I told you? Because America, let me tell you what happened, man.
They said that was a black dude too.
Yeah, America loves to publicize tragedies like this, right? So if somebody's a fucking absolute loser and absolutely nobody, that's a chance to fucking shine, to say something, to fucking do something. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all it is, man. That's all it is. And people don't understand this too. America got this thing called due process trap. And that's the reason why crimes in America is so significantly high. Because if I do a crime, I got 24 hours, I must see a lawyer. In these other countries, I punch somebody in the face, I could be in jail for 3 months before I see a fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
If you say twice, you do something. That's what happened with Travis Scott. When they're like, oh, free Travis Scott, when you punch that guy in Sweden, it's the same thing. If it was in America, yeah, Travis Scott punched somebody, okay. Within 24 hours, you see a judge, and he goes home. In Sweden and in certain countries, you do some shit like that, yeah, you spend 2-3 months in jail before you see the judge.
That's like that basketball chick they got over in the basketball chick they got in Russia.
A weekend in jail, now you do a year in jail.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Huh?
Yeah, I feel you. Damn, that shit crazy. Chris.
It sounds like you breaking up.
Chris, can you hear me?
The service is real. There you go. What's up? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us?
The service is really bad. I don't know if it's me or not. I don't know. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, though, right? Yeah. So I heard that the Oklahoma situation was medical malpractice, and this dude basically went after the doctor that fucked up something.
Yo. Hello? B. Hello? Hello? Yo, can you hear me?
Hey, kid.
Yeah, it was good, man. Can you hear me?
So you know went down. Hello?
Yo.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Shit choppy though.
My bad. I'm upstairs in the studio. Let me call you right back when I get downstairs, Joe. I'm about to go downstairs now. All right. I gotta go talk to my homies. And I need to Yo, yeah, man. I lost service. Drop the call.
Oh, hold on a second. I told you, stop talking about the government, man. They're listening to you.
Man, you is the government, bro. You gonna get me in trouble, bro. You gonna get me the fucking trouble, bro, talking to your ass on the phone, bro.
Listen, I'm a cop, not the op, okay?
There you go. Damn.
That's my lyrics.
Nigga said I'm the cop, not the op, nigga. I'm on your team, nigga.
Yeah. Nah, yo, me and Chris was watching this video about it's about women settling. Yo, she didn't answer that video. The good thing is saying how in society, how you know how
Women gotta settle? What?
no. So basically, women are saying that we're not supposed to settle, supposed to get the guy who's making more money than them, and blah 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 blah, and discrimination. So the guy asked her, well, if it's not making more money than you, then he's settling to be with you.
See, man, ever since Kevin Samuel died, these bitches out there acting stupid again. What you need? I swear to God, bro. Ever since he died, bro, these bitches going crazy.
This nigga died, bro. That's fucked up.
I swear, man, that shit.
Parties, bro. Parties, bro. And honestly, I listened to and watched his videos, and honestly, he basically putting women in their place.
That's it.
But also guys too.
That's
He asked the
facts.
guys, like, bro, you overweight. You don't have a job. You have nothing going for you. Why would a woman want to be with you? You have no confidence. You have nothing.
Exactly. You don't even own a suit, nigga. Like what? Like what are you doing?
Oh, you saw the video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
he talked to guys the same way.
yeah. And he told a man to be a man and stand up. You know what I'm saying? There was no. I mean, the only thing people can say they can't say that he was wrong because a lot of things were his opinion. He came with statistics that were facts, but the most thing that people don't like is his delivery. So what? He's a little bit of an asshole when he talks. Who cares? He's not telling you a lie. He's not trying to lead you the wrong way. He's not trying to fucking hoodwink you or sell you some self-help book or some dumb shit. That nigga just told the truth. He just was a little bit fucking hard with that shit, yo. That's all that was.
But the thing is, when these rappers say, "Oh, I slapped this bitch and died," but the same girls when that motherfucker died, rest easy, King.
Oh, yeah.